You made it. Another nice day. Another wonderful day here at the station. Just waiting to get to the studio. Day number 3. Day number 3. Uno, dos, tres. We are on day 3. As we catch our next train, there's no one in the station. It's almost like it's a backdrop or something. Let's go ahead and explain why we're here today for day number 3 in the Embroidery versus Challenge. I'll see you over at the desk. And let's see how the studio is today. Looks like sensors need to be up. And here we are, back in the studio. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Dahv with TheMercAtelier. We are deep into day 3 of our Embroider versus Challenge. Us versus the computer. Us, day 1 to day 30. A little bit of what this channel is going to bring you in today's Sunday night evening entertainment. Grab your food, grab your next beverage of choice, jump right on in. Before though, let's recap over day 1 what happened. We're taking cover art. You're going to see it on the next screen once we jump into this program as it finally loads. We're taking cover art of the archives of adventures and digitizing them just for the fun of it, just to see what we can do. Okay, it's the whole point. What buttons? We did the 30-day trial of this program. The only way to get better is to continue every single day, stitch by stitch, area by area. Let's get right over to the Hatch program, shall we? Enough of this recap here. And here we have it. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Did we make some advancements on our last episode. We took out all these extra details and added them back in. We put them back in. We added them back in. And as we added them back in, we changed them and converted them over to a nice satin. I'm going to go ahead and hit the M button on here. And this brings up my measurement tool. Our largest width. 7? 7? 7's a nice number. Last time, we spoke about how there were certain rules that you had to follow for satin stitches. They have to be a certain width. Can't be too thin. Might as well back it to a single stitch, to a fill instead. But 7, I believe the numbers were 1.5 all the way up to 12. 12 starts splitting. 7, we're in that good zone. So today, again, taking cover art from Volume 1 in the series of Wolverine and Deadpool. This is the decoy. This is where we get some disguises. And we added the hair, changed over some fills, added some satins. Today we're going to hit True View. We're going to zoom in. We are going to see that there is a lot of detail that is missing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that we're picked with our nice dark black highlight detail color. And today we're going to be doing a little freehand open shape. So follow along with me as we work top to bottom, left to right, just adding in some detail. What are the rules? What are the rules? Who's the judge? I'll tell you. We're not cared or worried about how many stitches, about entries, exits. We're going to try. I know, day 30, this is going to be a lot more automatic. The delivery, the concept, the idea, the program, the RAM, the ability to run this very intensive program. But let's just jump right in. Black, freehand, open shape. This is our last stitch end area of all of our details. Let's just jump right in and come on down with a single line. Now, this is where our end is at again. I'm going to go ahead and continue it from here. And just bring it right over there. I actually want to continue that to there. And then I'm going to bring it back to here. Now, do you have to stay where you last finished? No. Computer likes you a lot better if you do, though. So you're going to see some really amazing detail come in. As we add all these lines and follow. Now, before I hit True View, you're going to be able to see a lot of these stitches get reworked in. Now, there's a smoothing function right up here. It'll smooth your lines for you. If you have a tablet and you're able to work with one, oh man, it really amps up the fun on this portion of what can be made. I'm going to go ahead and hit T on here, and we can see already as we're moving through top to bottom, left to right. Now, full disclosure, we did a video earlier today. Didn't come out to the audio, just it was all mixed. I appreciate you stopping by this live today of day 3. Let's just run a little intro, shall we? Hi folks, thank you for joining with us today on YouTube Live with Dahv at TheMercAtelier as we take on this embroidery challenge, moving on and adding highlights today. Follow along. Hit that subscribe if you're so inclined, if you like what we have going on here. You may be thinking, what else do you got going on? Oh, we got plenty of items coming on the horizon. We have Patreons we've been looking over, researching on sellers' rights. So maybe one day, instead of a virtual avatar of Dahv, we'll just see the real thing. So again, what I'm doing is just freehand open shape, just not trying to come back over and over in the same spot, but follow, and in a continuous flow of just adding highlights. How could I add this in Let's take a look. I'm going to hit T. Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at that. Let's go ahead and hit T again. Looks like we can use a little bit more detail back up in here. I know. I said top to bottom, left to right. But we're going to get there. Next time we'll probably take care of this before we jump down to the bottom. But hey, as long as we're here, as long as we're trying, that's it. Day 3 will turn into day 4, day 4 to day 30. We'll hit save now before we press T for the true view reveal. And there we go. Look at that. Look at that. Let's go ahead and, to put it in perspective, this is 1 inch. Right here. This entire area, like from here to here, 1 inch. So when we start adding these small details, they don't have to be every single one, in my opinion, but we want to try to capture some of those elements. And so as we move on from brown, our next step in the sequence, for those of you from episode 1, day 1, you'll recognize and remember, you'll both recognize and remember that we listed all the colors and shapes. Here, we decided that it was going to be brown first. We decided just today to add some highlights of black. A little bit out of sequence, but it's okay. We're going to go ahead and fix that later if we have to. Dark green is our challenge today, along with light green. If we can get through these two, solid live. Let's dive right in, top to bottom, left to right. As we go into the dark green, let's go ahead and pick our color. Here we go. And today, we're going to do a little freehand close shape. Last time we did a little bit of, well, right click, left click of a digitized closed shape. But today, getting a little reckless, getting a little, as I've heard on the YouTube land, a little rambunctious, you know. Here we go. I know it didn't work. It looks terrible. All right. Trying again. Hi, folks. So today we're going to be starting with a digitized closed shape and sprinkling in some freehand closed shape when it's appropriate. And here we go. Much better. Some of these hard lines are just going to have to be done. There we go. Select. And let's reshape it. There we go. Nice. Now, get ready. I believe if we can maintain enough focus, let's try. And the focus isn't for me. The focus is for the mouse. So sensitive. Go to the left screen, right screen, just takes off. Just we're gonna dial that in. Okay, but for today, very quickly, moving along, get out of auto digitize. We are in freehand closed shape. We are doing the dark colors left to right. And this is such a fun way to digitize. Do you capture everything? Most. What happens if we make mistakes? We enjoy them. Wow. That is interesting. I like how it curves this way and curves down. Very, very nice. Here's the angle here. Okay. Let's change that angle. Doesn't want to change. No. There we go. That's a little better. So as we digitize, we look at the torso, follow generalized flow of the design, and moving on. Oh, let's see how close we can get today. Again, some of these, they're going to take a little bit of rework, but if we just switch back and forth, highlighting a little bit of the freehand, oh, we're going to make some progress today. And here we go. Oh, that looks good. All right, moving on. All we have is just this one here, a little bit around the neck. Wow, look at that. So again, just right off the bat, we're going to change that angle straight up and down because again, the arm flows that way. Now, let's go ahead and close this out. Newer tool, let's just try it, you know. Click the wrong one, freehand closed. It creates this nice grid to show you that this would be, as I go back to the digitize closed, you know, we're gonna work on that one, okay? But that's the cool thing, is that you get to bounce back and forth from one side to the other of how you can digitize, and there is no wrong answer. I'm going to reshape that. Let's open up my sequence again for that last item. I'm going to zoom in here, get H with the reshape. Now, wonderful opportunity to highlight something. If you ever see this overlap, get rid of it, do what you can, change your shapes, do what you need to. It creates a lot of confusion, we'll call it. Sure, there's a lot of technical aspects of what supposed to do. But even if you have to, just delete it. Right? And there you go. Okay, moving on. We did our dark greens, and now light green. Gotta tell you, we are zooming today. I hope you're liking this pace. I actually enjoy it. Feels a lot smoother. So we're set up on 21 down here. I'm going to go ahead and make the torso top to bottom, left to right. We'll do these two lighter green areas, and here we go. But before we begin, save frequently. Very heavy program. It is what it is. Dive right in. I am now on the light green. I'm going to digitize closed. Right. Here we go. And I know what you're thinking. What happened to that detail? We'll resequence them. We may have to evolve. Be flexible. As long as it's on the screen, we'll figure it out. We'll get it where it needs to go. There. Nice, nice, nice. Just to show it, let's go ahead and grab that. Push it all the way down to the bottom. Grab the wrong one. Let's grab number 16, which is this detailed shape here, highlighted. We're going to move that to the bottom. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, let's go ahead and jump in with the next green portion of the torso. Go ahead and digitize closed. Start from the top to bottom, left to right. Don't be afraid to make a few mistakes, make some happy little curves, right? Have some fun with it. As we head on into the week, just relax and enjoy some of this nice close shapes. Now, I'm sure there's probably a lot of technique of layering, other layering, not overlapping. We're having fun, okay? So just relax. Bring it on in. Just enjoy yourself. Oh yeah, there we go. Nice. I'm gonna make sure I come right there. And nice, nice, nice. Let's not forget this little area right in here. Wonderful opportunity for some freehand closed. Yeah. There it is. Okay. Now this torso, I'm going to go ahead and hide it now. Should we? Yes. Because I'm going to pick yellow. And this is out of sequence, but it's just going to create a nice little detail that we can at least look at while we figure out the rest of what's going on. We don't want to forget that this logo is actually here on this character. We are. Let's go ahead and move that on top, and as we unhide okay, there we go. Very nice. We're almost done with the light green. What a wonderful, wonderful video. We are making speed today. It's almost like speed session embroidery. But there is no time limit. There's only the now. And it's so wonderful to be able to be here with you all today. If you have to fast forward, whatever you got to do, I still appreciate the fact that you showed up today. Any of your support really means the world, truly. Want to thank you for stopping by this episode of Day 3. Make sure that you tune in for Day 4. Are we done? No, not close. But here we go. We got these two colors. Okay. What do we got next? Day 1, we spoke about sequencing. And so the next is actually the dark yellow. There's going to be dark green, light green, dark yellow, which is technically 31. We're going to make sure that we pick that next. It reflects here. And here we go, top to bottom, left to right. Which highlight can I add that is darker? Okay. Let's get some of these little nice shapes in here. Huh. I didn't see this one going this far. But we're slowly dragging the mouse. And this freehand closed shape has a smoothing function. You may see that little toggle right above on the toolbar there. And even though it looks shaky when we let go, Okay. I'm going to go ahead and click on there, give it the old H, and I want that angle to be... All right. Wow. There we go. Flows this way, then that way. Let's go ahead and move on to the next. There we go. And the wonderful thing about this, no wrong answers, no wrong attempts. Literally, it's the best. He's the best. Let's go ahead and make sure we grab that end button. There we go. Top to bottom, left to right. Now, this section, I'm going to go ahead and go with digitized close. The freehand is great for smaller, irregular But this one here, I think it's going to be a little bit bigger. So hold on, strap in. Here we go. A couple hard lines, some soft lines. And what we're doing is we're just following that nice detail of the darker shades. Okay. We're going to grab the second one here. Actually, we're going to keep all the shadows together, meaning, so since this is part of the hand, what I'm going to do is keep that as one shape. Oh, nope, that didn't work. Okay. Right. Okay. And the reason for that, I'm going to explain it in just a second. There we go. And the reason for it is because I can select it, hit H, and I'm going to change that angle. There. And the reason for it is flow. Then we'll move on to the second one. And this is going to look so much better. Instead of one massively large connected piece, we're going to keep it a little separate. Nice. I believe it was Shift L to bring up the sequence. And let's move this one right on top of that one. And you can see that the hand came out. But for the boot, let's make sure that we hit H, which is our direction key. Don't even have to say it. There we go. Top to bottom, left to right, here we go. There we are. Oof. Oof. That looks good. That looks good. Not bad, not bad. Okay. We were going to make these two separate, so each one can have its own direction. To be honest, these might actually look better as satins on top. And I'm curious if we can switch the color of a small satin and then another satin and then another satin. Or do we do all yellow with let's give them a taste. Give them a taste. Oh man, I can't wait for that one. Now, before I lose that brief glimpse of what could be, I'm gonna just jump right in and make sure that we get at least part of that. We'll have to resequence some of it. Don't worry. We'll resequence some. And I'm going to just do a few of these little guy of detail here. And then, right. There we go. good. That looks good. I have to reshape this. I'm going to click here. H. Move this here. And then as it's highlighted, hit spacebar, turns it into a point. Move it over. Our start point should be inside the design. And then this. Oh yeah, that's gonna look good. Let's zoom very close in. Okay. And see the rest of it here. I believe if it's under our certain measurement, we can make this into a satin on top of it or even beneath it. Let's hit the M. Let's see. 0.328. Anyone know? Quick off. What's that in millimeters? Here we are. 8.5. Right in the sweet zone. A couple varying opinions out there, but also the essential norms. There is an auto split function. If it gets a little too wide, it starts to work with you, but create a little bit more than what you need. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and hit save now because we did quite a bit. We should actually, this is what we'll do moving forward. Somehow, we'll start a stitch count at the beginning and then also at the end. And at some point or another, there should be a limit to what we send to production. Now, in this realm, no limits, nothing. We're at 21,000, we don't care. 20, 60, 80,000 on a single head flatman machine, and it takes 7 hours to do. Hey, if we got to do it and it's a single one-off, and that's what gets us closer, we're gonna do it. Top to bottom, left to right, and we get this back one here. Digitize close, we're on the correct color. Wonderful. Drag it way back in there. We'll try to stick more to the techniques of, because of course, you got to use proper form. You can't be just completely insane. And what I'm talking about here is this. We have 3 different overlapping sections. At some point, we're going to have to hit some buttons, hit some remove, underlay, remove layering, to where the needle isn't hitting this exact same spot right here 20 different times, and then when it hits it, that 21 or even maybe whatever that number is, broken consumables, more time, more effort. We'll get into that later on. Dark green, and then on to the next. There we go. And we're just going to make that bottom one a little bit bigger as well. Again, exaggerating some of these details simply just to bring in a little bit more. There we go. Go ahead and come up here. okay? Is it the right direction? Does it have the right flow? I think we're good. Go ahead and take care of this next little section here. Oh, this is turning out amazing. There we go. What do you think? Should we push it today? A little light yellow? We're almost done, by the way. Now, again, there's outlines, there's additional little areas within that could always be brought in. But we're going to go back in with the black when we get there. As you can see in our sequencing right now, we've just wrapped up dark yellow. And so just like that, this is good. This is good. This is good. This is good right here. This is a perfect opportunity and time to say, what a wonderful job we've done today. Be proud of this. Next time, episode 4, we come back. We add the very light yellow, maybe a little bit more detail, maybe an overall outline, finish up the face, and then we come up against our adversary, the auto digitize. The auto digitize allows to take an image and it'll just, either it crashes or it gives you something that is just truly wonderful to work with. Now, could you embroider it? Could you then take that file and take it to a machine? Depends. We'll get there when we get there. But I hope that you enjoy what we have here so far. Some of these we're going to do in-house before we send them off to production. If they're within a certain stitch amount, currently 24,890 stitches overall. This is some amazing advancement for today on day 3. Join us on day 4. I'll see you back in the studio in just a second. Any moment now. Those sensors just kick right on in. Here we go. Day 3. What an amazing day. We added the green. We added the yellow. And next time, we may just finish up. And we see who wins day 1. Maybe a little bonus round. Maybe a couple different items that we take on in the next episodes as we continue on to day 30. This is Dahv with the MercAtelier, thanking you for stopping by this short, but also medium length commercial-like break of happiness.